Hey guys, okay, update. This is pretty interesting. What happened last night? So, I went to bed around 11 and laid down and could barely hear anybody, but I talked to Christ. I got a little bit and I was talking to him and I went into like a vision thing. So I asked him, I go, well, am I in Christendom, which is a special world of Christ live, I guess. So I go, am I in there yet? And he goes, nope. And he goes, check this out. And there was another Christ, and he said, they waited till I laid down to show me this. And he goes, no, we're going to show you now. And he said, what is the state? Something like this. He said, what's the state? What's the outcome or the state of me? And it's like he talked to a machine or something. I don't know. I'm laying there and I seeing me. I'm seeing I'm seeing Christ and all the stuff of Christ in his house or whatever. Then I see there's like a layer of yellow and red, like a table coming out in front of me of yellow and red, and it's sort of like dissipated, and it's right here. And he goes, what's the status of me? And something like that. And just as he said that, all of a sudden it was the red. All of a sudden it went, the table thing made like a vortex, and the vortex went whoosh, and it made like a circle, like a well going down. And he goes, nope, you're not in. And that was what they were waiting for, I guess. And I'm like, what does this mean? He goes, well, if it went up, he goes, if the thing went whoop, made like a tower going up, or a funnel going up, but the funnel was going down like a well. And he goes, nope, it's going down. And that's how they judged it, which I thought was really interesting, because they gave me all these questions, lessons, and answers, and things that I had, and tests I had to do. And out of all that, they asked this, whatever it is, this question, and the well went, ooh, made like a well. And I said, nope, it's going down. You're not. He goes, you got more work to do. I'm like, fuck, whatever. Fell asleep. I'm like, whatever. I just fell asleep. I'm like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm like, oh, whatever. And I'm sleeping, and all of a sudden I go into this dream. I got a new job here in Chatham, and I was a security guard at a tomato plant, like a factory, and they held the tomatoes in the back in giant crates, tomatoes. And I was a security guard, and I had to watch these tomatoes. I don't know what tomatoes mean symbolically, but they mean something. I had to watch these tomatoes, and like truckloads of tomatoes. And that was my job. And I thought to myself, oh, fuck. What kind of job is this? I got to sit here and be a security guard and guard over truckloads of tomatoes for 8 hours a day. And I go, oh, life can't get any more depressing than this. And I'm like sitting there, I'm thinking, fuck, 8 hours a day of watching tomatoes and doing my rounds in the tomato parking lot. I was like getting all depressed, and I'm like, oh, whatever, let's get on with it. Stupid fucking job. And oh, what happened? I was talking to mom about it. My mom about the tomato job, how much it sucked, and I can't believe I'm doing it. This is what my life came to, guarding tomatoes. And I was like fucking depressed, you know. And Then I get done my work, I go home, and I'm with a bunch of kids, and we're playing. And my brother's there, my real brother. And we're all playing in a park or something. And as we're playing in this park, it seems to be like a big city. And all of a sudden, I hear something, and I look in the sky. I look in the sky, and there's giant spaceships. Not like disc craft, but like ships, like aircraft carrier ships. But they're all extraterrestrials. And they're all gunships. Like aircraft carriers, battle cruisers. And it looked like Eve. You ever play the video game Eve? Well, the ships on Eve looked like them type of ships. Huge ass ships. And there are tons of them. They're all coming from the horizon over top of us. And I'm screaming for my brother. I go, look, look, look. And he won't look. And I keep screaming. I go, look. And there's this one ship that was huge. It was huge. And it had these huge ass guns on the side all the way lying down like a battleship. And there was tons, all different kinds. And they're all flying, and I'm scared, and I know, and I saw the spaceship, and I saw a gun, and that was all I needed to know. And then, I'm yelling at my brother, look, 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 and finally he looks, and he just starts running, and I go, oh. And then, it happened real fast. I was doing something, and I looked back up in the sky, and they made a square. The ships were coming in from the horizon, and they made a square over top of the city. All lined up. I don't know if that meant something. And square Earth, square, the brain is square, you know, the Earth is square, the ship's made of square, I don't know, figure it out. And they made a square around the city, and the next thing you know, all the troops came down, and I flip, I go right to, I'm with a whole bunch of kids, like 200 kids, and all the kids have yellow shirts on. I'm pretty sure they all had yellow shirts on, and they're all kids like 10 to 12, 9, 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. And I'm like the security guard, but they made me, the ships made me be the security guard, okay? Remember I was guarding the tomatoes? Now I'm guarding these kids. And all of a sudden this lady comes up to me, and she walks up to me, and she says something to the effect of, you are in charge of all these kids. You have to get them to work. You have to get them to work and do stuff. It's your job to make them do stuff. And I go, I ain't doing that. And then the soldier, this big ass soldier, with a helmet and gas mask on and guns and leather and grenades and shit, he comes walking up to me and goes, whap, and butts me with the gun, knocks me down to the ground. She goes, I don't think you understand. You are the one who's going to be in charge of these children to make them work and do all this shit. And I'm like, fuck you, lady. I ain't doing nothing. She goes, I don't think you understand. Then she makes some face to the soldier, and the soldier walks up and shoots one of the kids in the head. And she goes, now do you understand? And I go, I understand. She goes, good. So I turn around, I'm looking at all the kids, and they're all looking at me like, all right, look at this symbolically. Look at this as Earth, all right? Innocence on Earth. You gotta make all these kids work. So I get up off the ground. I got butted in the head with a gun. I'm half knocked out and I'm being spinning around. I'm looking at all the kids, and she's behind me with the soldier, and she goes, now, when I give you orders, you take those orders and you make the kids do what I said. And I go, where are you going to be? And I can feel these ice cold pinpricks in my back as this is happening. Okay? ice cold pinpricks, and I feel like I am sort of like automated, like a robot, where she has a remote controller and she does her thing on the remote control, and I make these kids do things while she sits in an office somewhere. That type of thing. That's what I felt like. And I'm thinking, well, fuck. Now's as good a time to die as any, because I ain't doing this to these kids. So I go, hey kids, pay attention. Listen to me. I'm your new boss. I'm your new boss. I go, hey kids, listen to me. I'm your new boss. And they're all going, fucking stoned, right? Like sheep. They're just scared shitless. They're just going. I go, I'm your new boss. And this is what I want you to do. And I go, pay attention. This is what you must do now. Pay attention. And I jumped around real fast. I grabbed the chick by the head, spun around behind her, brought her head up, wrapped my legs, my thighs around her head, where my thighs, and I put her in a headlock with my legs, or whatever that is. And so I crossed my legs like this. Her head was in my crotch with my thighs. And then I fell to the ground. I started squeezing her head where she was choking to death. And then I grabbed her head. And I pulled. And I pulled my legs where her body was going down. And my arms were wrapped around her head like this. And I was pulling up. And I went. She went. Her fucking neck broke and she died. And the soldier, I think he was shooting me when I was doing it, but I wouldn't die. I wouldn't let go. So she died. And that's what I told the kids to do. And all of a sudden I woke up from the dream. And I'm freaking. I don't hear anybody. And nobody talking. I can't hear a fucking thing. And I'm like, holy shit. I was freaking out, right? And so I don't know what happened yet. I don't understand what's going on, but I know it's not a normal dream. So I go to the bathroom and I'm having a piss and I'm thinking, what's going on? And I sit down and I'm at the computer and I'm just sitting there thinking, dumping energy, and I'm thinking, what was that about? All of a sudden, Christ goes, he goes, welcome to Christendom. I'm like, what? I go, I thought I wasn't allowed in Christendom because I didn't pass. And he goes, you passed. And I go, I just killed that lady. And he goes, yeah, you sinned. And I go, I sinned? And he goes, yep, you're a sinner. You sinned by killing her. And he seemed like he was mad. And I'm going, well, fuck. Screw you. I'm not being a slave to that bitch, and I'm not going to be the one to make those kids. So I told them kids to do what I do, and I killed her. Now get the fucking warrant. Kill all these fucking guys. Kill all these guys in these ships. And I go, this is what you kids got to do, because you're going to end up just like that kid if you don't. You might as well go down fighting. And I go, if that makes me a sinner. And I go, well, how can I be in Christendom if I'm a sinner? And he goes, ain't that interesting? And I go, yeah, ain't that interesting? And he goes, and then I hear, he goes, you're in the city of Lucifer. I go, what? I'm totally fucking confused. He goes, you're in the city of Lucifer now, in Christendom. And he goes, I just want you to know the Lucifer meaning here is not the same Lucifer meaning in the illusion where you are. They're totally different Lucifers. And I go, all right, I'm in the city of Lucifer. So, so I went back to the sinner thing. I go, well, if I committed a sin by killing her, and he goes, yeah. And I go, and I went, and I'm in Christendom. I go, what happened? Where would I go? Just for example, where would I be if I didn't kill her? And he goes, you wouldn't be in Christendom. And I'm like, holy fuck. And I go, that's a contradiction, isn't it? And he goes, yeah. He goes, pretty interesting, isn't it? And I'm like, oh man, I'm so confused. And he goes, yeah, you got a lot to learn. And so I'm like, oh, fuck. And I go, well, why is the name here Lucifer? And he goes, well, it's a place for people like you. Not being in the body, but people like me. Whatever that means. It's sort of like the first place you go in Christendom. The first city. So when the first Christs pass this test, they go into this city. And that's where they live and do all their stuff to become higher up people. I guess. I'm assuming. I don't know. All I know is I'm in this city called Lucifer. And all the Christs come here to live. The new Christs. And train and learn and lessons and shit. And that's what he said. And so I'm like, okay, I got it all. And I was still confused a lot, but whatever. So I killed the girl and I go up because she was like a dictator taking our freedoms away and enslaving us, these extraterrestrials. But the extraterrestrials look just like us, right? It was a balance in between us and extraterrestrials, so war nevertheless. To Christ, maybe war is alien. Get it? War is alien. So the aliens showed up and they looked just like us. Now, I was garden tomatoes. What the fuck is a tomato? And symbolically religion. I don't know. What? But I'm garden tomatoes. All of a sudden it gets turned around. I'm like a guard ordering and enslaving kids, innocent kids on the earth. I'm enslaving the kids of the tomatoes in the invert. Do you understand? I won't have any of it. She shot one of the kids to make a point to everybody. And I'm like, well, time for me to die. I'm going to take her out. And I made all the kids, I let all the kids know, take her out. Now, fight these fuckers. That's what I told all the kids, basically. Pay attention and do as I do. And then I flipped around, grabbed her, broke her neck, and then, you see how convoluted and crazy and inverted everything is? Man, it's crazy. Then Christ goes to me, well, he goes, welcome to Christendom. You're now a Christ in Christendom. And I'm like, well, what if I didn't kill her? And he goes, you wouldn't be here. And he goes, you committed a sin. You committed a sin. Rich, you were a sinner. You killed her. And I'm like, and I get higher up because I killed her. And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, what if I didn't kill her? And he goes, you wouldn't be here. You go down. And I'm like, fuck. Gary, you're freaking me out, man. And he goes, yeah. You got a lot to learn. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. There you go, guys. That's what I experienced. Fuck, I woke up to. He goes, I go, that's what I've experienced. This is what I'm experiencing. Now, it's been about 2 hours since I woke up. And the feeling is way different. I'm like totally on this weird vibe, like mellow. And I don't know. They're all screaming at me. All of a sudden I got tired, so I guess it's time for me to go back to have another powwow with them. Find out what's going on. And I did notice there's a lot of difference in me now. This happened twice. I went to bed last night. Everything was... Oh, shit. Sorry. I went to bed. I got done my little chat, and all of a sudden, everything was quiet. I didn't ask for it. I didn't do nothing. It just went real quiet, just like that. And I'm like, holy shit. That never happened before. Not like this. And then I woke up this morning. I could barely hear Christ talking from when I had that dream. And they're all talking. And after I got done talking, everything just went silent. And it's like I'm underwater or something. And my soul, I guess, feels all that, like one. My mind is going, but my soul is like, oh, all mellow. And that's rare. But it's different. It's a different feel. It feels like, I don't know. I can't describe it yet. But anyway, I'll tell you one more thing. So I'm in Christendom. I thought to myself, well, I got up off the computer. I went and made some coffee. I got up off the computer. I was making coffee, and I'm singing a song. And it was what the hell is it called again? From Hall & Oates song. You know, I don't know if you're back in the old days. Hall & Oates, Making Your Dreams Come True. I was singing that over and over and over, and I caught myself. Make my dreams come true. Anyway, I was singing that over and over and over, and so it's like I moved up into Christendom, and my soul is telling me, "You're making my dreams come true." That. So it's like it's telling me I'm on the right path. So the song inside I was singing over and over and over, "You're making my dreams come true," is my soul telling me good stuff. All right, so this is the that's my experience last night. It's pretty deep, man. And all I know is I got some energy to move. Oh, if anything happens cool, I'll make you another video update you, and it's kind of unnerving because it's like I feel like I'm in a different place, and like spirit. I asked Christ, I go, I want to see what it's like in this place. And my kids and my wife are all like, "Oh, it's beautiful. You ain't gonna believe it. It's so nice." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. I want to see it." So I asked, so maybe I'll get to see it when I go lay down here. Fuck, stop yawning. I gotta go, guys. I'm barely hanging on. Okay, later.